I'm Katie Scott. Check out my new daily news section on Megawhat TV, where over the Christmas period we will be running down the best products of 2007. But for now, check out this week's episode.
Hello and welcome to Megawhat, where each week we give the lowdown on the latest piece of kit from the world of technology and gadgets. Well, 2007 is well and truly behind us, but 2008 is here. What predictions, what exciting gadgets can we have to look forward to in the next year? We've sat down, we've talked, we've discussed. Here it is, the predictions, part 2. We're here with technology journalist Mark Harris to see what was good for 2007.
Well, 2007, it's not going to be much of a surprise to say 2007 was the year of the iPhone. It's a year when Apple finally made the gadget that a lot of people have been waiting for a long time, and it was pretty much as good as they were promised. It jumped over that boundary from a gadget to something that people wanted to use in their everyday lives. And I think, fingers crossed, that's what we're going to see more of next year as well. People realising that they want convenience, they want ease of use, they want something that feels nice, looks good, and it's actually something that they can really use in their lives, rather than all the confusion with memory cards, confusion with different wireless standards and so on. This is something that you can pick up, anyone can pick up and play with.
And so for 2008, apart from ease of use, what else do you see that's going to be big? What should we look out for?
Let's look out for some simplicity. I think simplicity is a good thing. We're looking at things getting more powerful, as they always do, but cheaper and more approachable. So I'm really looking forward to the one laptop per child and the Asus E PC. These are laptops that are super simple, anyone can use. You can drop them, well, maybe not the Asus one.
Cheap as well, though.
Cheap as well, exactly. People realise, you've got a laptop, what do you actually use it for? You're using it for, going online, writing a few emails, writing, documents, perhaps a little bit of office stuff, not a lot, plugging your camera into and listening to your music. That is what it's all going to be about. You don't need ultra high-powered machines. You need machines that are useful. They'll go out of date, sure, but if you're only spending £200 on it, who cares? You give it a year or two, then you buy a new one. But what's not going to happen is that you're not going to drop it and suddenly realise you're 600 quid out of pocket. And what's not going to happen is that you're going to, you get into this circumstances where you feel you have to upgrade it. These are, devices that are useful things that are going to,
Going back to consumer electronics, it's just that sort of, it's not a take it out, put the stuff, it's not a sort of old car where you've got to tinker and get onto the bonnet and get scared. It's just, well, this is the box. When it's old, I'll buy a new one. Exactly.
I mean, but the good thing about them is they're made, often with stripped down operating systems like the one laptop. These shouldn't go out of date. These shouldn't need updating. They don't need regular security updates from Microsoft. It doesn't need to be that same sort of frenzy of feeling like you're running to stay in the same place like you can do with a lot of computer products now. So I'm hoping that will actually, consumerize what has been, information technology.
And do you think with the simplicity we'll find new ways of interacting with our devices? So there'll be lots more focus on touch and feel and shake and wave and...
Yeah, touchscreens. I mean, obviously touchscreens are massive now. And also that just the quality of the displays. Displays aren't, these are displays that you can use outside. They're bright, they're using new technologies that allow you to interact with them in different environments as much as the whole touchscreen thing. Touchscreen thing is, it's a phase, and it's going to be really popular while the iPhone is. And, the iPhone's here. There's going to be a lot of wannabes, and as we've seen with some of the products already out there, they haven't really got. They haven't grasped it, have they? They haven't grasped it. They haven't really got that same sort of smoothly flowing ease of use. And if you get a touchscreen in place wrong, it can go pretty wrong. You can be hanging up phone calls all the time or accidentally activating the device. So I'm kind of a 50-50 with that. I'm not entirely in favour of everything going touchscreen because, there's a good thing about buttons. You get a great feedback. When you're pressing a button. When you're dialing someone's phone number. It's not a question of...
I always find that haptics is like, you get the vibration from the screen.
The Samsung
or the LG one. It's like you get an electric shock.
I actually quite like them. I like them because it's more about, it does feel a little bit like a real device. I know what you mean. It's something to get used to. And it needs to be a little bit more discreet and a bit more obvious, a bit quicker as well. Like all touchscreens, they need to go a lot faster. They just speed up and actually have something that feels as though you're in control of it rather than you're pressing it and then it happening sometime later.
And so anything else?
I think what's interesting is like what's going to happen maybe this time next year, and I reckon my prediction for this time next year is that you'll be able to buy an HD DVD player or a Blu-ray player for under £100.
That's going to be quite compelling all of a sudden, isn't it?
I think it is. I think hardware has dropped so much this last year, and you've now got blades you can pick up for around $250. I think when it gets under that £100 mark, we're going to see, and by that time there'll be a lot of discs out there as well, and maybe it'll be a who cares, it'll be an impulse buy. Maybe the format won't be over. I don't think it'll be over by then, but at £100, people will buy that for next Christmas.
We love the January sales. Well, come on, let's face it. Nobody wants to pay full price for anything, do they? And that's why we love the January sales, because people have suddenly bought all these brilliant gadgets in. Nobody's bought them, so they've got to get rid of them, so they sell them off cheap. How cool is that? Just wait till you've got all your Christmas money and then just go out in the January sales and just spend, spend, spend. It's brilliant. Plus, only that, you've got CES, which announced all new products, so every product comes down because it's then an old product, which means you can get it even cheaper, and that's why we love the January sales.